fans with Victor are concessions area, located throughout the ballpark. The cider house is just beyond the right field fence. Look for the signature blue and red siding. The beer garden is down the third baseline and features
Game number 2, Sweets versus Pickles. Walla Walla took last night's contest, a thrilling 7-3 win to even up the season series at 2 games apiece. We move to game number 2. The Sweets have a chance to stay perfect at home in home series with a win tonight against the first place Pickles. Sweets move up into second place after yesterday's victory. Portland has all but wrapped up the first half. They have already clinched a playoff spot with a first half victory, but there's still a lot to play for both sides, especially when you look at the Sweets, who might be fighting for that 3-4 wild card at the end of the season. Hello, everybody. I'm your broadcaster for today's contest. Drew Albaugh here on the mic. We have plenty of baseball to get to, but before we move into first pitch, that's slated for 6:35 p.m., I talked to manager of the Walla Walla Sweets, Colby Waddalow, pregame for what his favorite baseball lingo was. Find out on today's edition of Countdown with Colby. Drew Albaugh here with manager of the Walla Walla Sweets, Colby Waddalow, for another edition of Countdown with Colby. We did it last night, got to win, got to keep it rolling for at least right now. Sweets, a big one yesterday, even the all-time series with the Pickles at 2 games apiece. Coming out of it, that wasn't, it was a close ball game for a while. Ends up being a 7-3 win.
Yeah, it was it felt the whole way like we kind of had the momentum, which was great. We did out to a strong start, quick 0 in the first, right? We kind of come out and just kind of felt like we were putting the pressure on them the whole way. I think that was arguably our most complete game of baseball we've probably played all year.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, from the pitching, the offense, it wasn't just a pure slugfest.
No.
Like, we had to go and earn it and make big swings when we needed to, and we did just that. So it was great to see.
Yeah, you had the big home run, but you also had the starting pitching coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Relievers all played great. Figueroa slammed the door, and you got the red baseball cap back at it
That's
again.
right.
Is that part of the style? Let's go do it again with the red cap on. Was there
I will
anything
not confirm nor deny.
All right, I like that. Well, the Pickles wore their same jersey combination for 11 games straight when they started their season 11-0, and then, of course, the Sweets broke it a couple weeks back. All right, so the first half is officially wrapped up as far as the Pickles have clinched it because their rainout game was moved to the second half. Not really sure how that works, but anyways, that's over with. But there still is the full season at tilt. How do you kind of keep that mantra going that, yes, the first half's done, but these games are still very important?
Yeah, overall record still matters, right? That's one of the major contributors to getting into the playoffs at the end of the year. So in the West Coast League, it's every day matters, every game is important, and so we kind of go out there with the same sense of urgency. It's still the Portland Pickles in the other dugout tonight for the next 2 nights, and so there's a ton of desire. Obviously we've had some great performances, being able to take a couple games from them so far. Like you said, the season series being evened, and I think there's a lot of drive and desire to be a team that hands them a series loss here at home, especially here early on in the season.
You win a game tonight. As many wins against the Pickles as the last 4 years combined. It just hasn't been much success against Portland. That's slowly starting to change this season, and so is kind of the mantra of the fan base. Talking to a guy who holds season tickets, says he's never been as excited as right now to be a Sweets fan. What does that mean for you?
I don't know. It just gave me chills hearing you say that. I mean, I feel very blessed, very fortunate to be in the situation that I'm in. We've got an incredible group of guys. We've got incredible support all the way around from the organization, and so it makes it fun to show up to the park every day. It's fun to be able to put a product on the field for the fans that they can. I said it at the season ticket holder at the beginning of the year. I said it when at food truck night. Our hope is to put a product out there that was exciting for fans to come watch and for them to be able to support and get behind. And it's still early in the year, but I think we're doing a pretty good job of that. So trying to continue to deliver on that promise every single day we show up, and so far I'm proud of the guys for doing that.
You see it yesterday, 1,000 plus on a Tuesday night. Sweets really, the fan base kind of having your guys' back, as there's been a lot of success early on in the season. You're a young manager when you look at the wide landscape of the West Coast League, and oftentimes people say, okay, give them a year, give them 2 years maybe. You right out of the bat, you're just immediately performing. There's obviously a lot of hard work that comes from behind that, but what does it mean for you to just right out of the gate, Sweets are performing?
Yeah, I mean, I think I worked hard and was intentional about trying to surround myself with good people, and I think that's half the battle. You know, you have a great coaching staff, you've got a great front office, great broadcaster. You know, you have good guys around you, and all of a sudden your job gets a lot easier.
Sure.
You know, great players obviously is a big part of that as well, and so yeah, I mean, I'm happy obviously for the guys. I'm happy for the way we're playing, and you know, wins and losses aside, I think we're doing things the right way. I think we're representing Walla Walla and the city and the valley really strong, no matter what the results of the game might be. And so that's the stuff that I think I hang my hat on at the end of the night is, hey, are we doing things the right way? Are we playing hard? Are we giving it our all every single night out? Are we you know, supporting our teammates and doing a good job there? And so far I can check those boxes. So it means a lot for us to get off to a hot start in the results category as well.
How much work comes in the winter and the spring getting guys here to play? Yeah,
I mean, we were signing guys from October. You know,
right.
it started back September, October, and it's an ongoing process all the way up to this point. And so, yeah, it's a lot of hours. It's been phone calls with the coaching staff throughout the year, you know, as we're trying to plan and get ready.
Always on your phone. This guy is always ready to take a call.
Yeah, right. We're trying to work
Networking,
and trying to network. You know, talking with coaches. You know, that we played against this year, even at Whitman and different places, and trying to put kind of the pieces together. And so it's been a long road coming. It's crazy that it finally got here. It's crazy that we're already coming up on the halfway point before too long. And so, yeah, it's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of hours, but it's well worth it.
You speak to surrounding yourself with, you know, good coaches, good players. You got all these good players now. Now, you know, you got to play them. You got to, you know, it's hard. There's so many good players up and down this Sweets lineup that there's only 9 guys can play out there on the field. Correct me if I'm wrong, but, you know, summer baseball, not just about winning. It's not the Mariners out there. You're about developing players. You're about winning ball games as well. How do you manage those two things and also getting everyone in the lineup? And I know it's hard.
Yeah, I don't think there is a perfect answer to that. I mean, unless you're the Pickles in your mags and you can clinch the season 20 games in and know that you can basically just get guys their reps for the rest of the year, like he was just telling me they're going to do. And so, you know, that's a luxury to have. But I think for us, it's trying to continue to instill the mentality and the mantra that, hey, whether or not your name's on the card, like, you still have an opportunity to get better today, right? We still have batting practice. We still have early work. We still have, you know, in-game opportunity with catching pens or maybe getting a pinch hit at bat. And so trying to keep guys with the mindset of, hey, whether or not my name is one of those 9 guys, like, I still have a chance to get better today, and it's about putting in the work so that when my number gets called, I'm ready to go. And we've got talent up and down the roster. We've got guys that embrace that mentality, and you know, I think if we can do that collectively as a group, it's not going to matter who we put out there. I think guys are going to be ready, and you know, if they've prepared well, they're going to be ready to go and step up.
Talk about talent. Another guy enters the lineup yesterday, Gunnar Guile, and a big 2-run home run, arguably what flipped kind of that script where, okay, the Sweets are really in control now. When it came off his bat, what were you thinking for him?
I knew it had a chance. I knew it had a chance. You know, you don't see a lot of balls fly that way to that part of the field, and so it was exciting to see. I told you yesterday in the pregame show that he was electric. He was going to have a chance to do some special stuff out there, and so fun for it to take no more than 6 hours of him being around to prove that case. And so, but we move on to today, and hopefully he can, you know, do it again, have some great at-bats for us, continue to compete, continue to run balls down in the outfield, and yeah, I'm expecting for him to continue to compete well.
Yes, new day, long season, game 2 here against the Pickles, and it brings us to our Colby question of the day. Okay, I asked Troy Sanders this, and he was befuzzled. I don't even know if that's a word, but that's kind of what he was giving off.
Befuddled, I think.
Yeah, befuddled. There you go.
It is.
And
Befuzzeled's
I'm the
cool,
communications
too.
guy. I kind of like fuzzled.
Yeah.
We had Leo off camera. He had to step in and actually help him out.
Okay.
What's your top 3 baseball slang terms? Things that you would only find in the diamond. Got any off the top of your head? A meatball. Hot corner,
that's a good one.
Can of corn, stuff like that.
Like Texas leader is kind of funny. I don't even know like where it came from, but that's like no one would know what that means like outside of baseball.
Right.
Like, this is a. I'm going to give a shout out to Kyle Treadway, the pitching coach at Utah Valley, for this one. But if a guy's, you know, some people say dealing, some people say, you know, carving. We like chopping.
Oh.
Chopping. If a pitcher's throwing well, he's chopping out there.
Why chopping and not like just? I've heard dealing, obviously.
Yeah.
I've never heard chopping.
I think it's like carving, but it's
Right.
just a different verb. So
Okay.
we like to chop. We're in the business of chopping.
Yeah.
And
like
then
an easy fastball down the middle. What do you call that? Because there's I've heard lots of.
yeah.
different
I mean,
things
you
for
hear like a tootie.
Right, a cookie,
A
meatball,
cootie,
something
yeah,
like
it's
that,
good. My last one I will say is I'm going to give an ode to Coach Kitamura here at Whitman. I'm going to say hum baby.
Hum baby?
Hum baby.
You always kind of end that
Yeah,
on your
right.
speeches.
I say that a lot sometimes. That's I think something I don't do intentionally. I've just picked up from being around BK for the last
Right.
4 years pretty well. So
Well,
hum baby.
If you're in the corporate world and the speech ends with hum baby, people would look at you. But on the baseball field, it's
Yeah,
totally
it's
respectable.
perfect. Yeah. I mean, maybe it needs to be brought to the corporate world.
I guess so.
So
Who knows?
we'll see.
You won't know because you'll still be in the baseball world. Maybe one day I'll bring it. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Who
end your
knows?
calls with hum baby.
Hum baby.
There you go.
Sweets got another game today. Sweets versus Pickles, 6:35. Game 2, chance to stay perfect at home in series, in the 2025 season. Countdown with Colby with manager of the Walla Walla Sweets, Colby Waddalow. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks, Drew. Go Sweets.
Drew Albaugh here with Troy Sanders on our player roundup. Game 2 versus the Pickles. You're back in there at the shortstop position. First off, what's your reaction to winning Game 1?
Honestly, not surprised. I know we have a good ball club here, and we can take it to any team. So
The Pickles have won or lost 2 games rather this whole season. It's both been against the Sweets. The kryptonite of the Pickles, maybe?
I guess you could say that.
You look up and down the lineup, and there's just D1 guys littered throughout the Sweets lineup. That's not how it was the last few years. Talked to a season ticket holder. He said it feels so good to finally see the team start winning. Do you go out and kind of do it for the fans as well as yourself?
Yeah, of course, man. They're up there on the stands, making noise. They're behind us, and it's always great to put a performance on and make them happy.
How fun is it to play in front of these fans?
It's awesome, dude. They show out every night, and they're loud, so it's a good time.
You're locking down the shortstop position right now for the Sweets. Arguably the toughest position defensively. Catcher arguably is right there too, but how hard is it to go night in, night out and kind of continually perform?
You just got to take it day by day. Keep these under control, and day by day.
Day by day, you are hitting the ball day by day. What's your mentality going into the batter's box every day?
Just trying to put up good at-bats, trying to get on base for my team, and, trying to make something happen up there.
When you're hitting the ball hard, when maybe you're not having things fall your way, but you're still consistently getting the attack, the approach you want, how do you kind of say, all right, let's forget about the numbers. I hit the ball hard twice today. That's something that should be celebrated.
Right, yeah, just exactly what you said. If you're hitting the ball hard, you're putting up good at-bats, then, sometimes the numbers don't show it, but deep down that you're doing something the right way, so just got to stay with it.
When it's not going offensively right for you, how do you kind of turn that side of your brain off and say, I got to go out and play defense?
My dad always told me defense never slumps. Hitting's up and down, it's whatever, but defense never slumps, so you always got to take that.
So right off camera, we got our third base coach, Leo, over here. How big has, the first and third base coach, Elijah and Leo, been for this team for you?
They're awesome. I feel like them being young makes them super relatable to us, and it's fun to play behind them. They definitely get us, and they get the game. So.
What's the balance between, yes, the Sweets are trying to win ball games, but also you understand you're trying to develop as a baseball player. How do you kind of balance those two things?
I feel like, it's kind of how summer ball always is. You wanna win, but at the end of the day, it's like you said, it's getting better, getting reps to get back to season. But kind of just I guess not letting the moment get too big and taking care of what you can control.
Taking care of what you can control.
Yeah.
So you've been playing baseball for a while, I assume. When did you start?
As early as I can remember.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you ever play any other sports?
I played football growing up.
Football. Nice.
Yeah.
What position were you?
I was a quarterback.
Quarterback. There you go. Commanding the infield and also commanding the team. When did you stop playing football?
My last year was my senior year of high school.
Wow.
Right before college, yeah.
Wow. Senior year. So you were the long haul.
Yeah.
Was it kind of tough to let that go, or no? You were baseball away.
I always thought football was more fun, to be honest, just like the games and all
Really?
that. But, baseball, there's more longevity in that. And, it's a little better at baseball, so.
Not as many concussions, all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
That helps.
Yeah.
All right, so you have a pretty sick mitt that's just sitting right here. You want to tell the story about it? I see this cactus. You want to show the camera really quick? Look at that. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's fresh. When did you first get this?
So I at GCU, we get to order gloves.
Okay.
And my freshman year, I ordered a huge crocodile skin glove. Thought it would look cool, and it was too heavy, so I ruined that one, 0 for 1. Went back this year, and I ordered the Lindor Rev 1 glove.
Yeah.
And I didn't like how it was. It wasn't real leather. It was like plastic almost.
Okay.
So I called my dad. I'm like, hey, I need a glove. And like midway through the year, he was able to order this on Rawlings.
It's nice.
Cactus right here to show, from Tucson.
There you go.
Out in the desert. Chispa.
Yeah. Welcome into Borleske Stadium. Drew Albaugh here on the microphone, your broadcaster for today's game as the Sweets and the Pickles face off yet again here in game number 2. Nakoa Moses Gamera gets set, the first pitch on the way, whistles just a hair high, and we are off and underway. First pitch, 6:33 p.m. Moses Gamera out there on the hill for the Sweets as he comes set yet again. The righties deal, misses away 2 balls and no strikes. In 3 games started, 15 1/3 innings pitched for the Sweets, a 7.04 ERA with 5 strikeouts. Out of Walla Walla Community College just down the road, kicks and deals, misses high, and it's 3 straight balls from Moses Gamera to the leadoff bat of the Pickles, P.D. Soto Jr. Batted 9th in yesterday's ball game, now he's up to the leadoff spot. The 3-0 misses away. Soto Jr. takes a 4-pitch walk, and there's early trouble for Moses Gamera. Up steps Kyle McDaniel. Pickles then have Josh Schleichert on deck, Aiden Tarek in the hole, followed by Tony Otis, Brett Williams, Jared Lewis, Evan McGuire, and Bryson Glasgow hitting 9th. Defensively for the Sweets, let's start in the outfield. Trevor T, after playing third base in yesterday's ball game, in left field. Cole Rogers in center as the first pitch to McDaniel whistles away for ball 1. Gunnar Geil over in right field in his second game with the Sweets. In the infield, Dom Cadiz switches corners, played first yesterday. He's over at third base. Troy Sanders manning shortstop. The throw goes over to first. Soto Jr. dives back safely. Nate Stuyvesant back in the lineup after getting an off day yesterday at second base, and Tanner Kern at first. Behind the plate, Zane Bidwell. He gives the sign to Moses Gamera. Comes set at the belt, the pitch. Hits the outside black, and it's strike number 1 for Moses Gamera. Small ovation here on a pretty good showing out on a Wednesday night in Borleske Stadium. Fans still starting to file in. Behind home plate, pretty much all filled up. Right field bleachers, still a lot of room. Moses Gamera nods his head, pitch on the way, chopped over towards first. Tanner Kern can't get to it as he goes airborne, and it goes over his bright red helmet. Skips into right field as Gunnar Geil comes up with the baseball. Soto Jr. moves on over to second base, and Kyle McDaniel gets his first hit of the day on his very first at-bat. McDaniel was without a hit in yesterday's ball game. This entire season, Kyle McDaniel has had a hit in every single game but 2, and they were both against the Sweets, once a couple weeks ago over in Portland and in yesterday's ball game. It brings up Josh Schleichert with 2 runners on, something you never want to hear if you're a Sweets fan. Moses Gamera checks at second, the pitch on the way, swing and a miss. First strike, number 1. Schleichert is first in the West Coast League with 12 home runs in WCL play. The full season record, by the way, is 15. We're not even to the halfway point. Set at the belt. Nobody out, 2 on. The 0-1. Hits the outside black. Schleichert nods his head. Behind 0-2. Moses Gamera just 5 strikeouts on the year, averaging a K in every 3 innings. 1 strike away from putting down Josh Schleichert. The pitch on the way, swing and a miss, strike 3. Moses Gamera puts the slider off the plate. Schleichert chases, and there's 1 gone in the top of the first inning. Brings in Aiden Tarek. Sweets with their navy blue tops, all white pants, and the red baseball cap with the W2 logo, of course, symbolizing Walla Walla, as in Wallace Squared. The pitch misses up and in. Ball 1 to Aiden Tarek. The Sweets wearing their red baseball caps for just the second time this season. The first time was in yesterday's ball game as the Sweets beat the Pickles 7-3. Moses Gamera steps off. Time is called, 1 ball and no strikes, 1 out. On the other side, the Pickles, dark green tops with gray pants. Navy caps, 1 out. The 1-0 on the way. Poked over towards second. Coming up with the ball, Stuyvesant. He goes to second for 1 on to first, not in time. Aiden Tarek beats out the double play, but there's 2 gone with runners on the corners for Tony Otis. McDaniel gets off the base paths as he tries to go over to second base. That was tailor-made, but Tarek just a little bit too speedy. A good day for baseball here in Borleske. Wind blowing out towards left center field. We saw the wind over in right field yesterday. The pitch on the way. Line drive right field. This gets down, and the Pickles scratch the scoreboard first. Heading home, Soto Jr., and it's a 2-out RBI single for Tony Otis. Aiden Tarek moves on over to second base. And Portland takes their first lead of the series. At many points in yesterday's ball game, the score was tied, but Portland never had that big hit to give them the lead. In steps Brett Williams, the right-handed bat. Moses Gamera peeks at second. The throw to Williams. Hits the black on the outside third. 0-1. Brett Williams hitting .200 on the season. Still looking for his first extra base hit on the year. Moses Gamera comes set, and the righty's deal. Poked foul right field. 0-2. An overcast day here in Walla Walla, low 80 degrees temperature. Temp should continue to drop in tomorrow's ball game. It was high 80s yesterday. 2 outs. The 0-2 on the way. Down in the dirt. A ball and 2 strikes as Bidwell makes a nice stop. Zane Bidwell, by the way, making his second start behind the plate in 3 games. Prior to that, it was over a week before Bidwell was starting behind the plate. He can also play first base. You see him at DH a few times. The 1-2 misses downstairs. Make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Moses Gamera leans in and gets the sign from the aforementioned Bidwell. Shimmies. Looks at second, in the motion, the pitch. Fly ball right field, it goes over the concourse into the bleachers. A few young fans all scurry for the baseball. We'll do it again. Moses Gamera searching for his second strikeout. Working with a 2-seam fastball, a slider, and a changeup. What will he go to here on a 2-2 count? Caught him looking, strike 3. He went with the changeup on the inner third. Nakoa Moses Gamera strikes out 2, but the Pickles do play to run. They scratch the scoreboard first. We move to the bottom of the first inning. Pickles 1, Sweets nothing. Walla Walla with a chance to respond in the home half. We'll be back right after this on the Walla Walla Sweets Digital Network.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at Underwriter of WallaWalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
On to the bottom of the first inning. Drew Albaugh here on the mic, taking you through all 9 innings as the Sweets try to respond after the Pickles plate 1 run in the top of the first inning. A base hit from Tony Otis scores Soto Jr. And just like that, Portland's on top for the first time in this series. Trevor T steps in, facing Dylan Smith on the mound. The windup and the first offering misses away for ball number 1. 1-0 here to Trevor T. Smith, the righty pitcher who's in his motion, and the pitch on the way. Hits the outer third. An off-speed pitch, make it 1 ball and 1 strike to T. Smith out of Northern Colorado University. The next pitch is smoked into right field. Schleichert on the run makes the play for out number 1. Trevor T hit that on a line. Schleichert on a good beat, and it brings up Gunnar Geil. Going back to Dylan Smith, a 2.18 ERA, 12 1/3 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts. Did make an appearance against the Sweets back on June 11th. Started the game, went 2 innings, gave up 2 earned, had 6 hits. The first pitch misses high, ball 1. 1-0. Gunnar Geil goes 1 for 4 in yesterday's ball game. A huge 2-run home run to right. The pitch. Sky, left field, going into foul territory. This is playable. Jared Lewis on the run. Can't make the play. Just out of his range for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Defensively for the Pickles, in left field, Aiden Taurick. Tony Otis back out at center. Josh Schleichert makes the change from first to right. You see him in right field, first base, also in the DH spot. Evan McGuire over at first. Kyle McDaniel at second as the 1-1 goes right down Main Street, strike number 2. His running mate, also from Utah Valley, P.D. Soto Jr. at shortstop, and Jared Lewis at third. Behind the plate, Brett Williams. The 1-2 on the way, misses high. He snags that. That ball almost left his glove like a snow cone, just stayed in there. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Smith working quickly in the motion, and the righties deal. Roped right field line into foul territory. And we'll do it again. For the Sweets, after Geil on deck, the big batter of Dom Cadiz in the hole, Tanner Kern, following Landon Young, Nate Stuyvesant, Zane Bidwell, Troy Sanders, and Cole Rogers. The 2-2 on the way, fouled back. In the process, Geil loses his bat, but he stays alive. Two balls and 2 strikes. In yesterday's ball game, the Sweets beat the Pickles 7-3. Still, Portland clinches the first half. They're already in the postseason. The 2-2. Ground ball right back up the middle. Soto Jr. comes up with it, sets his feet, fires a strike into the chest of McGuire, and it's out number 2. Brings up Dom Cadiz. Cadiz just continues to get the job done over and over and over again, and you saw it yesterday. Goes 2 for 3 with a home run, hitting .433 on the year. The pitch on the way. Hits the outside third. 0-1 to Cadiz. The 0-1. upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cadiz second in the West Coast League and leads the Sweets with a .433 batting average. First as well with Walla Walla with 4 homers, the 1-1. Fly ball right field. This is an easy play for Schleichart. He moves under it, makes the play, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Dylan Smith and the Pickles. Going into the top of the 2nd inning, Walla Walla nothing, Portland 1. We'll be back on the Walla Walla Sweets Digital Network.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbotsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is proud to be the official hotel of the Walla Walla Suite. Our guests are sure to get a great night's sleep in one of our recently remodeled rooms, and our 24-hour pool and spa are perfect for round-the-clock relaxation. Each night at Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is followed by a complimentary breakfast included with every stay. At Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla, you can catch some Z's while the Sweets catch some W's. Wins, that is.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
On to the top of the 2nd inning, Sweets trail the Pickles 1-0. And it brings up Jared Lewis, the 7-hole hitter, in his first batting appearance. Faces the righty's deal. Line drive left field, it gets to the left of the chalk. An inside-outside foul ball. Moses Gamera gets the ball back and palms it in his right hand as he leans in and gets the sign from Bidwell. He likes it and comes set. Nobody out, nobody on. The 0-1 pitch. A slow roller over towards second. Stuyvesant fields, quickly fires over to first base. Tanner Kerr makes the backhand play for out number 1.
The first baseman, number 28, Evan McGuire.
Evan McGuire steps in, the right-handed bat, playing first base today. McGuire hitting .286 on the year. Faces the first pitch. Tails away. 1 ball and no strikes. McGuire listed as a two-way player for the Pickles. He's thrown 11 innings on the mound, just 7 ABs prior to this game. The 1-0. Just a little bit down low. 2 balls and no strikes. It was the top of the first inning that had Tony Audis score Petey Soto Jr. on a 2-out single to put the Pickles on the board. The 2-0. Misses downstairs. Make it 3 balls and no strikes. Once again, behind the plate, our umpires for today's game, Ian Courtney and Tom Purchase on the base paths. The 3-0. Just a little bit low and outside. A 4-pitch walk. And with 1 gone, Portland draws their 2nd walk of the day. And the 9-hole hitter, Bryson Glasgow, steps in. Glasgow, 50 at-bats on the year. A .240 batting average. The pitch. It's the baseman of the zone, 0-1. Glasgow steps out, waves his bat a few times as he looks over to third base to get his sign. Now steps in. Moses Gamera, ready at the belt. The righty's deal. Fly ball right field immediately into foul territory, over the netting and out of play. Early 0-2 hole for Glasgow. McGuire at first base takes his lead. 1 out. 0-2 pitch. A weakly hit ball out towards center field. Rogers has time, makes the play on a jog for out number 2. Two gone, and the lineup turns around for P.D. Soto Jr. Much like McGuire, he walked in his first time up. Soto Jr., a .356 batting average. Third in at-bats amongst the Pickles with 73. Faces the first offering. Curveball misses high. 1-0. Soto Jr. batted 9th in yesterday's ball game. Batted 9th in all 3 games against the Sweets back at Walker Stadium in Portland as well. The 1-0. Runner goes. The back pick over to first base. Tanner Kern has to reach high above his head just to keep the baseball in play. McGuire retakes his lead over at first base. 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 outs. Moses Camara gets the sign and comes set at the belt. 1-1. Curveball misses up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Wind blowing hard out towards left center field. On a low 80s day here in Walla Walla, overcast. Don't see that often here on the east side of the state. Throw goes over to first. McGuire dives back safely. I mentioned earlier the Pickles do clinch the first half. Now, not because of anything in their control. The Bend series got postponed into the second half, the games that were rain delayed, and because of that, as the 2-1 hits the outside black, 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs, McGuire at first base. Because of the Bend series, 2 of the 3 games getting moved to the second half, the Pickles guarantee a first half winner and a postseason berth. The 2-2. Runner goes and it runs inside and it hits him on the left shoulder. Soto Jr. works a couple of free passes in as many innings. Brings up Kyle McDaniel. McDaniel singled his last time up. Prior to yesterday's ball game, Kyle McDaniel got on base via a walk or a hit in every single contest. Not one game, and granted, he ranks amongst the top of the Pickles with north of 70 ABs. Now, this is a large sample size. Yesterday was the first time he doesn't get on base all season. Already has 1 time tonight. The pitch. Check swing, he went around, 0-1. Moses Camara fools him on an off speed in the lower half of the strike zone. McGuire at second, over at first base Soto Jr. with 2 gone. The pitch on the way, outside. One ball and 1 strike.
Here we go, gets better.
Takes a look at second base. The pitch on the way. Pulled left side into foul territory. It's the top of the batting cages. And Moses Camara, once again, 1 strike away from closing this second frame. Pickles on top, 1-0 here in the top of the second inning. Moses Camara nods his head a few separate times and gets ready. The pitch. Outside, make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Josh Schleichert on deck. McDaniel a tough out. Schleichert even more so. A .430 batting average on the year. McDaniel's north of 400 as well. 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch on the way. Chopped over towards the right side of the infield. It gets through. Coming up with the baseball guile. The throw to home to Bidwell. The tag applied. Safe. McGuire was speeding around third. Giles' throw was strong, just a little bit high as Bidwell has to jump up, grab the baseball out of the sky. As his momentum took him back down towards earth, he tags McGuire, and it's just a hair late. And the Pickles on top, 2-0 now. Here at the top of the second inning, it brings up Josh Schleichert. McDaniel singles in back-to-back innings. That was not a hard piece of contact, but Stuyvesant was holding a runner on over at second base. The first pitch to Schleichert, inside 1-0, brings the heat. Now you gotta be careful throwing a fastball to Josh Schleichert. Hit 2 homers against Moses Gamera back in Portland a couple weeks ago. It was the difference maker, 5 RBI nights, the 1-0. Chopped up the middle off his own foot though. So the count runs even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Schleichert 3 home runs against the Sweets in 4 games. Now that's pretty much the norm though for Schleichert. 2 outs, the 1-1. Popped up, this gets out of play behind the plate. Behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 on, both in scoring position. McDaniel at second base, Soto Jr. at third. With 2 gone. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. A weakly hit ball out towards left center field. Rogers races, makes the play, and it's out 3. Schleichert just misses it, and Moses Gamera strands 2 Pickles runners, but Portland does played another one. On 1 hit, 2 walks, no errors. Pickles score 1, and we move to the bottom of the second inning. Portland on top of Walla Walla, 2-0, and we'll be back on the Walla Walla Sweets Digital Network.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Moving off 4-3. First baseman number 19, Tanner Kern.
On to the bottom of the second inning, Sweets trail the Pickles 2-0 as Tanner Kern steps in for the first time tonight. It was a 1-2-3 bottom of the first for the Sweets. The first pitch on the way hits the bottom of the zone, 0-1. Dylan Smith's second appearance against Walla Walla. He was hit hard his first time out. The 0-1. Outside. 1 ball and 1 strikes. Got relieved after 2 innings, gave up 3 runs on 6 innings pitched. Tanner Kern, the lefty bat, faces the right-hander's deal. Misses down in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. In yesterday's ball game, Tanner Kern, a huge knock up the middle to score a run. Hitting a hair over 300, the 2-1. Fly ball left side, drifts into foul territory and out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kern wearing an all-black helmet and all-black bat as he waves it a few times and puts it behind his left shoulder. The 2-2. Curveball misses outside. Full count here to Tanner Kern. He's walked more than he's struck out this year. 11 walks to just 8 Ks. The payoff pitch. Inside ball 4, and Tanner Kern grabs his 12th walk of the year. And it's the first base runner of the day for the Sweets as Landon Young steps in.
Designated hitter number 2.
Young, the right-hander, steps in, sporting a .333 batting average. The pitch. Hits the outside black, 0-1. Young, a .333 average, like I mentioned, that ranks second on the Sweets with 20-plus ABs. Kern takes a lead at first, the 0-1, misses hot. 1 ball and 1 strike to the University of Washington player. Hasn't had an at-bat with the Huskies as he transferred from TCU in the winter. The 1-1. A squibber over towards second base. McDaniel goes to second for 1, loses the baseball, ruled out on the transfer. Soto Jr. taps his chest a few times. Kern's out at second base. In steps Nate Stuyvesant. Young reaches on a fielder's choice. Stuyvesant got the off day yesterday. His first at-bat against the Pickles all season. Young takes a lead at first. He leads the Sweets in stolen bases. The pitch. It's the outside third, 0-1. A quarter swing from Stuyvesant. He opts not to offer at the off-speed pitch. The throw goes over to first base. Young dives back safely. Landon has 9 stolen bases on the year. Trying to reach double digits. Smith comes set. 1 out. Throw goes back over to first, and Landon Young back without a slide. Sweets trying to strike back here in the bottom of the second inning. Pickles on top, 2-0 over the Sweets. Back to first again goes Landon Young. Dylan Smith throws 1 out. The 0-1, he does not go. The pitch misses up and away. Count evens up field line on a windy day here in Walla Walla. Blowing out towards left center field. And there's going to be a meeting on the mound between Mark Magdalano, the manager of the Pickles, Dylan Smith, and the rest of the infield. With 1 gone, just wants to talk it up with his pitcher. The Sweets won yesterday's ball game against the Pickles, 7-3, their second win of the year over Portland. The Sweets have just 3 against the Pickles in the previous 4 seasons, not counting this year. Trying to match that total in just 1 season with a win today. The meeting is over as Magdalano walks back over towards the dugout. Williams goes back behind the plate, and we're off and ready as Stuyvesant steps in. In his first at-bat against the Pickles. Landon Young still at first base. Takes a lead. You gotta wonder if that's what the meeting was about. With 1 gone, 1 ball, 1 strike. The throw goes back over to first base. Young slides back safely. I'm like a broken record up here in the booth. Throw goes over to first. Landon Young gets back safely. The 1-1. Popped up right field. Foul territory, not playable as it goes into the bleachers. Bounces around a few times. Make it 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Stanford kid. Takes a couple of practice swings. With 1 gone, Young a lead at first. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The throw goes back over, swipes the tag, and Young back safely. There's no rule in the West Coast League about how many times you can throw over to first base in a pickoff attempt like there is in the majors, although there is a pitch clock violation. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Heater on the outside third, blew it right past Stuyvesant. And there's 2 gone. Brings up Zane Bidwell.
Catcher number 57, Zane Bidwell.
Bidwell is 3rd in walks per at-bat with the Swedes. 20% of the time, his at-bat ends in a walk. A free pass would put Young at second base as the throw goes back over to first. And you hear some boos start to fill the crowd here at Borleske on a beautiful Wednesday night for baseball. Walk Your Dog Wednesday as you see a few furry friends around the baseball park. The throw goes back over to first. Really slowing down the pace of play here in the bottom of the frame. Sweets behind 2-0. The first pitch. Up high, back pick onto first base. Landon Young gets back without a slide. Wow, they're trying everything, and Young is just not interested. He doesn't even need to slide back in half of these tries. This is more than just keeping him honest. The pitch. Whistles high. 2 balls and no strikes to Zane Bidwell. Troy Sanders on deck. Cole Rogers in the hole, the 9-hitter.
I couldn't wait anymore. Jeff wouldn't say anything.
2 balls and no strikes. The righty steal. A weakly hit fly ball. First base side, foul territory. McGuire moves under it, makes the play, and it's out 3. Zane Bidwell flies out to end the inning. No hits, no errors. Swedes can't scrape across a run, and we move to the top of the 3rd inning. Walla Walla trails Portland 2-0, and we'll be back right after this on the Walla Walla Swedes Digital Network.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at underwriterhondaofwallawalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Thank you, everybody who's here watching Sweets Baseball, especially those in the chat. Make sure to give a like and subscribe if you feel so inclined. We reached the top of the 3rd inning. Sweets trailed the Pickles 2-0. Portland scrapes across 1 run in both the top of the 1st and the top of the 2nd inning. And it brings up the right-hander for his 2nd time today, Aiden Taurick. Reached on a fielder's choice his 1st time up. The righty steal. Slider runs off the plate. Taurick, a huge 2-run home run to left field in yesterday's ball game to even up the score, the 1-0. Line drive into the aforementioned left center. T ranges under it, can't make the play. The ball bounces over to the base of the wall. Rounding second base, Taurick, he holds right there as Trevor T gets the baseball in. And on 2 pitches, sends one into the gap. And just like that, Portland is cooking with butter. A runner on second base, and it brings up Tony Otis. Otis singled his last time up, playing center field in today's contest. Hitting .278 on the year in just 19 at-bats. Moses Gamera gets the sign, comes set at the belt, peeks at second base. The throw home, shows bunt, whistled back behind, hits the top of the broadcast booth. 0-1. That baseball hit off the wood of Otis. And even though it was just a bunt, it was the perfect direction to go over the netting behind home plate. Nobody out. Taurik at second, takes his lead, the pitch. A scorcher on the ground, over towards short. Sanders gloves, fires across the diamond, over to first base in time for out number 1. 2 gone. 1 gone, rather. Taurik at first, and it brings up Brett Williams. Rather, Taurik at second base. Messed up 2 things in 1 there. Hey, can't be perfect. I'll try my best. Sweets trailing 2-0. Here in the top of the 3rd. Williams struck out looking his last time up. The righty steal misses outside 1-0. Wind blowing out towards left center. You can see all 50 stars and 13 stripes on the American flag out in center field. The 1-0. Hits the basement of the zone. Make it a ball and a strike to Williams. Brett Williams still searching for his first home run on the season. Still looking for that first extra base hit as well. 1 out. The 1-1. Fly ball right side, foul. He yanked it towards that direction. Just a hair late on the heater. Make it a ball and 2 strikes. Jared Lewis waits on deck. Taurik waits on second. Trying to get sent home around 3rd. Potentially reach home. 1 out. The 1-2. Chopped up the middle. Sanders moves under it. Goes over to second. Can't make the tag. The throw to first base. Kern catches. Applies the tag. Safe. Bases umpire Tom Purchase says Tanner Kern did not touch Williams on the way to first base. And manager Colby Wadilla wants to have a chat with Purchase. And they're going to have a conversation. Now, Tanner Kern, his reaction implied he did think he touched Williams on his back. Now, Sanders ran over to second base trying to get Taurik, who was scampering back over to second base. And the call up stands on the field, safe. Troy Sanders maybe tries to get a little bit too fancy there. Wanted to get 2, instead it gets 0. And it brings up Jared Lewis. The first offering misses outside 1-0. Fans continue to stream in here in Borleske. A crowd north of 1,000 in yesterday's ball game. Tonight seems much of the same. The 1-0. Hits the outer 3rd. A curveball makes it 1 ball and 1 strike. Here to Jared Lewis. He grounded out to second his last time up. Moses Gamera's delivery hits the inner black at the ankles. Wow, what a pitch. That just clipped the lower inside corner. Make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runners on first and second in Williams and Taurik. 1 gone. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. A fastball in the dirt outside. Lewis can't hold his swing back, and it brings up Evan McGuire with 2 gone. Make that strikeout number 3 for Nakoa. He had just 5 strikeouts coming into this ball game all season long and over 15 innings pitched. Not a small amount either. The first offering misses away. McGuire walked his last time up. a two-way player that's mostly a pitcher for the Portland Pickles. This is just his 9th at-bat. He's pitched 11 and a third innings. The 1-0. Hits the inner third. Make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Moses Camara palms the cowhide in his right hand. Gets the sign from Bidwell and gets set. 2 outs, 2 on. The 1-1. Chop third base side, moving under at Cadiz. It runs foul as he uses his backhand to stop the baseball. Fires it back to NMG. Pickles have scored a run in each of the first 2 frames. Moses Camara trying to change that with what could be his 4th strikeout on the day. Ahead 1-2, 2 outs. In the motion, the pitch on the way, swing and a miss, strike 3. Slider runs off the plate, make that number 4 for Nakoa Moses Camara, and the Pickles go down without a run on 1 base hit from Aiden Torek, a leadoff double. Doesn't go anywhere, strands 2, and we reach the bottom of the 3rd inning. Same scoreline. Sweets trail the Pickles 2-0 on the Walla Walla Sweets Digital Network.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at UnderwriterHondaofWallaWalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
College play. Andy Parker, proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets.
We roll on to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Sweets trail the Pickles 2-0. Walla Walla still hitless on the game. Just 1 base runner, Tanner Kern leadoff walk in the 2nd. The Pickles, on the other hand, scores 1 run in both the 1st and the 2nd inning. Left 2 on in the 3rd, and it brings up Troy Sanders for the first time. The sure-handed shortstop faces the first deal. It's the outside 3rd, 0-1. I was talking to Sanders before the baseball game today. On Player Roundup, you can catch every Player Roundup on our YouTube channel, the 0-1. Fly ball right side, slowly meanders into foul territory and slices foul. Sanders behind 0-2. I was asking if his fielding affects his hitting and vice versa. As the 0-2 pitch is flied out towards deep center field, Otis ranging back makes the play in the alley for out number 1. Sanders flies out there but says, look, when he takes the field, which will be in the top of the 4th inning, he's going to forget about that play. Yes, he flew out to center field, but that doesn't affect what he can do defensively. His dad told him, fielding, you can't go through slumps. The pitch hits the outer black, 0-1 to Cole Rogers. In the motion, the 0-1 pitch. Misses away. Yanked it off the plate. 1 out. The pitch. A one-hopper over towards second base. McDaniel gloves. An easy throw to first base. McGuire makes the play for out number 2. Quick 2 up, 2 down. Dylan Smith looking good out there on the hill as the lineup turns around for the first time today. Trevor T, a line out to right field his last time up. In the motion, in the first pitch to T, runs off the plate 1-0. T hit in .309 on the year, a multi-hit night in yesterday's ball game, the 1-0. Fly ball opposite field, Schleichart ranges, camps and makes the play for out 3 as he hauls it in a 1-2-3. Bottom of the third inning, the second 1-2-3 inning. The Sweets just one over the minimum offensively, still searching for their first base hit as Dylan Smith walks back over to the dugout. Pickles on top 2-0. We enter the top of the fourth inning. No hits, no runs, no errors. We'll be back right after this on the Walla Walla Sweets Digital Network.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family.
I feel like I'm in the Muppets here. We are moving right along to the top of the fourth, under an hour game time as Nakoa Moses Camara gets ready. The first pitch hits the dirt outside, 1-0. Here to Bryson Glasgow, the 9-hole hitter. Pickles on top, 2-0. Offensively, the Sweets still without a base hit. Soto Jr. on deck, Kyle McDaniel in the hole. Moses Camara is 1-0, misses inside. Glasgow wears it on the left thigh. A free pass, and it brings up Petey Soto Jr. The fourth walk on the day issued from Nakoa Moses Camara. Soto Jr. steps in. He's walked twice. The first offering, a bunt, right back up the middle to Moses Camara. He fields the throw to first base. He got him. Soto Jr. almost legged it out. Gets his job done as Glasgow moves on over to second base. A nice play by Moses Camara, and it brings up Kyle McDaniel. McDaniel 2 for 2 on the night with a pair of singles. Was without a base hit in yesterday's ball game for just the second time this season. The righty's deal, shows bunt, he gets it down right back to Bidwell in fair territory. The throw to first base, got him. Glasgow doesn't even move over, a pointless out number 2 as McDaniel goes back to the dugout, and it brings up Josh Schleichart. A nice play from Zane Bidwell behind the plate. With Glasgow at second, brings up Schleichart 0 for 2 on the night. Hitting over 400 on the year. How long will that last? 2 outs. The first pitch just misses the outside corner, 1-0. The things this guy does on a night in, night out basis is quite remarkable. 12 home runs on the season, just 3 short of the West Coast League record. The pitch misses high. And granted, folks, we are in June. The season goes until August. Schleichart is well on his way to not just break, but obliterate the single season home run record. Moses Camara takes a look at second. Stretch, the pitch. Hits the outside black. Right on the edge, 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1. A roped third base side, foul ball. It was right in the shot for a while. A one-hopper that went over the back. Went from fair into foul territory. That would have scored the 1 run as Glasgow's at second base with 2 outs. He was almost to third by the time that baseball was called foul. So the Sweets get a stroke of good luck there. 2 outs, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Schleichert 1 strike away from getting punched out for the second time tonight. 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Outside. 3-2. Now Schleichert hits a lot of homers. The other thing he does is strike out a lot. 23 strikeouts on the season. That's second in the West Coast League. 2 gone. Runner on second base. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Nakoa Moses Camara screams, and he deserves so. Punches Schleichert for the second time tonight. And that ends the top of the 4th inning. 1 runner left on no hits and no errors. Pickles can't plate a run, and we move to the bottom of the 4th inning. Pickles still on top 2-0 on the Walla Walla Sweets digital network.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
Holiday Express is the official host hotel on the Walla Walla Suites. Check out their award-winning rewards program at hixexpress.com.
On to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Sweets need some offense. Trail 2-0 here against the Pickles as it brings up Gunnar Guile for the second time tonight. The pitch hits the outer black. 0-1. Walla Walla without a base hit. Just 1 base runner all game long. A walk from Tanner Kern back in the 2nd inning. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. That ball was in the dirt. Guile goes 1 for 4 in yesterday's ball game. A 2-run home run over the right field fence. Earns the player of the game. The 0-2. Looped into left field. Tarek goes back at the track, makes the play high above his right shoulder. The backhand squeeze for out number 1. That ball caught the wind, made it a tougher play than it should be as Tarek continually ran. He thought he was under the baseball and then would have to take a few more steps to his right. Brings up Dom Cadiz. He homered yesterday. With the wind blowing out towards left field, he's looking for number 5. The pitch misses away. 1-0. Cadiz riding a 12-game hitting streak. The 1-0. Chopped foul. Count runs even, a ball and a strike. All the way since his very second game with the Sweets. Back in early June since he's had a hit. The pitch. Hits the outer third, rather, since he's been without a hit. They get 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cadiz. flew out to right his last time up. In the motion, the 1-2. Tanked out towards deep left field. Tarek ranges back. It's gone! Put your hands up for number 5. Don Cadiz goes deep, and the Sweets trail the Pickles 2-1 in the bottom of the 4th. 5s all around for number 5. Dom Cadiz continually crushes the baseball, his 2nd in 2 nights. And just like that, Walla Walla has their first hit of the game. Cuts the score by 1 run, brings up Tanner Kern. The first pitch, a high fly ball out towards right field. This doesn't have the legs. Schleikart camps, makes the play, and there's 2 gone. Kern just missed that baseball. So go out towards right field. Definitely harder in this ballpark than in left. Now, obviously, not impossible. We saw Guile do it yesterday, but the wind blowing out towards left definitely makes it harder. The first pitch to Young runs upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Young reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. In the motion of the ocean, the 1-0. Hits the outer third. Runs even, a ball and a strike. The righty steal. Tails away. Landon Young, I mentioned this a few times throughout the season, but I just think it's so cool that he has those bright purple batting gloves on. Etched on an all-gray bat. A great look, the 2-1. That's not so great of a look. A big swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Young obviously transferred from TCU to UW. I'm sure he bought those batting gloves with the intention to be a horned frog and then just kept them. Both teams purple. The 2-2 on the ground over towards short. Takes a tough hop over Soto Jr.'s glove. And Landon Young reaches on an air to short.
Keep it going, 7.
Well, it's not how you drew it up, but Young reaches twice today. His first time on a fielder's choice, and then there on an E6. That did take a tough hop over Soto Jr.'s backhand. Brings up Stuyvesant. He struck out his last time up. Sweets trail 2-1, bottom of the 4th. The first pitch, right down Main Street, 0-1. Now, the last time Young was at first base, he leads the Sweets with 9 steals. And Smith threw over to first 5 or 6 times. Just did not let him have any breathing room. And there he goes over again. Young dives back safely. Landon Young, like a shark circling the water, just looking for his opportunity, goes back yet again as the throw goes over. Hear a few boos circle around Borleske. Fans want to see the ball over the plate here to Nate Stuyvesant with 2 gone. The righty's deal to the righty's bat. Instead, the throw goes back to first. 3 straight pickoff attempts. For my money, they got to add a rule that you can only throw over to first an X amount of times. They have it in the MLB. I think it speeds up the game in a positive way. The 0-1, and there goes Landon Young. Foul ball right side. And Young had a great jump. Most likely would have been safe at second base. Instead, Stuyvesant behind 0-2. Started out the season red hot for the Sweets, hitting over 400 on the year. Now a very small sample size, but that number has declined slightly in the last few games. Still hitting .357 in 14 at-bats. 2 outs, no balls, 2 strikes. In the stretch, the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. High heater, and Stuyvesant goes down for the second time via the strikeout. Well, the Sweets get on the board. Dom Cadiz, a huge home run out towards left field. And just like that, the scoreline is now Pickles 2, Sweets 1. We move into the top of the 5th inning on the Walla Walla Sweets Digital Network.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kind of is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Into the top of the 5th inning, Sweets trail the Pickles 2-1 as Moses Gamera's first pitch to McDaniels. Check swing, did he go? He did not. 1-0, rather, the first pitch on the way to Aiden Torrey. The 1-0, outside. Make it 2 balls and no strikes. Sweets were down 2-0, and then in the bottom of the 4th inning, a very familiar circumstance. With nobody on, Dom Cadiz decides, just for the heck of it, I'm going to send a ball over the left field fence. The 2-0. Scrapes the outer edge. Make it 2 balls and 1 strike. Dom Cadiz's 5th homer of the season. Nobody out, 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch on the way, a high fly ball out towards left field. It catches the wind. T ranges back at the track, makes the play right in front of the wall for out number 1. Now that's an example. That ball is hit to right field off a lefty's bat. It's not even close to leaving the ballpark. Now that, on the other hand, was maybe 5 feet away from leaving left field. It's only 359 to left center. The wind really blows to left. And it brings up Tony Otis. The pitch runs away. 1-0 here to Tony Otis. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Singled back in the first frame. Sweets trail the Pickles 2-1. Top of the 5th. The righties deal. Fouled back. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nakoa Moses Camara out of Walla Walla Community College, which is also the workout facility for both the Pickles and the Sweets. So for any visiting team that travels here to Walla Walla, as well as for the Sweets in their home games, that's where they go work out. Now, as a broadcaster, one of my perks is I get a free gym membership to Walla Walla Community College. So I was pumping some iron the other day, and guess who greets me at the front desk? The 1-1 runs inside, curve plunk. And hits Otis. Now there was some discussion if that hit the bat. Zane Bidwell chirps Otis a few separate times. Now it sure sounded like it hit the bat. It also sounded like it got a piece of him, so I'm not exactly sure. It is ruled a hit by pitch. 1 gone. So at the front desk a few days ago, Nakoa Moses Camara let me in the gym. He works there in his off days and also before games sometimes. Now he's very hard to miss. Moses Camara stands well above 6 feet tall, has the locks flowing out of the back of his cap. one of the most friendly guys. If you don't recognize him, he will recognize you, and he will say something. As manager Colby Waterloo talks it up, Ian Country gives him a word, and Colby has to walk back somewhat unsatisfied with a runner on first base and one gone. Brings up Brett Williams, the catcher for the Pickles in today's contest. Oh for 2 on the day, reached on an error his last time up. With 1 out, the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Out in front of it. Williams taps his bat a few times. The delivery, misses low. Runner on first base in Tony Otis. The third hit by pitch from Moses Gamera tonight. The 1-1 outside. Otis thought about taking off. He did the little half steal and then went right back over to first base. Lewis on deck. Pickles on top, 2-1 here in the 5th inning. The pitch. Check swing, it hits off his bat. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Moses Gamera has 5 strikeouts on the day. As many strikeouts as he had coming into this game on the season. Looking for a personal high of 6. He's ahead, or rather, it's even 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 gone. The righty's deal on the way, misses outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now this is usually the point in the ball game where I say the sun is setting down in the right field line, and although that is true, masked by clouds that cover about 90% of the sky here on a windy day in Walla Walla. 1 out, the payoff pitch. Got him looking. Curveball hits the inner black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count them, 6 strikeouts for Nakoa Moses Gamera. And there's 2 gone. In the top of the 5th, runner still on first base. Sweets trail the Pickles 2-1. In steps Jared Lewis. The first pitch misses away. Lewis struck out his last time up, speaking of case. The next offering misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nakoa trying to get a quality start and go through 5. He's 1 out away from doing just that. The throw goes to first base, dives back safely. Moses Gamera has gone 5 innings plus just once this season. It was against the Pippins back on June 3rd. The next offering, right down Main Street for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. McGuire, the 8-hole hitter, on deck. Glasgow in the hole. Lewis ahead 2-1. The pitch. Up high and inside, the throw goes to second, tag applied, safe. Over at first base, Tony Otis, a delayed steal attempt. Almost had Zane Bidwell napping. Instead, Bidwell makes a strike over to second base. Maybe it was just a touch high, that's getting picky, as Sanders grabs it to the left of his earlobe. Touches Otis and ruled that he got just under the tag in just enough time. With 2 outs, hitters count, a runner on second base now. The throw goes to second, dives back safely. Moses Gamera leans in. 3 balls and 1 strike, 2 outs. The righty steal hits him in right on the righter thigh. Nakoa Moses Gamera plunks another one, make that number 4 on the day. It's another free pass. In steps Evan McGuire. That was the 6th free pass of the day issued from Nakoa Moses Gamera. He came into the ball game giving up just 3 walks on the season, and that'll be it. Manager Colby Waddlow goes out to the mound, takes the baseball away, and Colby Solomon enters the game for the Sweets, the first relief pitcher entering the game. Pickles threatening it. 2 on, 2 out. Sweets on top, 2-1. Here in the top of the 5th inning, we will take a quick break and get right back to you. Runners on first and second on the Walla Walla Sweets.
Tasting fresh isn't hard with Blue Mountain Cider Company. As the official hard cider of the Walla Walla Sweets, our award-winning ciders have been crafted with love from local apples since 2003. Crisp, refreshing, and less filling than beer, Blue Mountain Cider is the perfect choice for any occasion. Check out our 8 flavors including peach, cherry, and harvest blend this summer. These ciders are sure to be a home run. Join us on Facebook and at drinkcider.com to learn more. Blue Mountain Cider Company, an apple a day, 1 glass at a time.
Experience elegance in the heart of downtown Walla Walla at the Marcus Whitman Hotel. Call for reservations at 509-525-2200 or visit us online at marcuswhitmanhotel.com.
Welcome to hospitality. Welcome to luxury. Welcome to Legends Casino Hotel. Visit legendscasino.com or call and book your stay today.
Welcome back into Borleske Stadium. Here's the situation. Top of the 5th inning, Sweets trail the Pickles 2-1, and with 2 outs, there's runners on first and second base to Evan McGuire as Colby Solomon takes over on the mound. He comes set. The first steal just misses high. Oh, it hits the top of the zone. Correction. Jumped the gun a little bit. 0-1. Solomon, a 1.86 ERA in 9 2/3 innings pitched with 13 strikeouts. He's given up just 6 walks and 8 hits on the season. 2 outs. The 0-1 on the way. Curveball hits the outer black. Make it 0-2. You can see the movement from Solomon's pitch from up here. He credits that as his best pitch. He says he's known for his curveball, developed it when he was 10 years old. Also works with a fastball, a changeup, and a cutter. The 0-2. Caught him looking on the outside third. Solomon comes in, 3 pitches, 1 strikeout, and the Sweets strand 2. Colby Solomon gets the job done. Pickles leave another couple on off 2 walks. No hits, no errors. Pickles can't scrape another across. And the Swedes with a chance to tie the ball game in the bottom of the 5th inning. All tied up at, Pickles on top 2-1 over the Swedes. And we'll be back right after this on the Walla Walla Sweets Digital Network.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at underwriterhondaofwallawalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
We move on to the bottom of the 5th inning. Neither pitcher can make it 5 innings as Zach Dendecker steps in. Dendecker, a native of Lake Forest, California, he stands at 6'8" out on the mound. Zane Bidwell faces the first pitch, popped up, stays in the infield, moving under it, shortstop, ranges, and the ball falls down as Soto Jr. can't make the play. Bidwell goes over to first base. And the Sweets, a stroke of luck with a runner on first base. Would have been a much easier play for Dendecker out on the hill. Soto Jr. was playing way out in shallow left center field practically. And it brings up Troy Sanders with a runner on first. The pitch scrapes the outer lower corner. 0-1. Dendecker in 10 innings pitched with the Pickles, a 2.7 ERA out of Orange Coast College. The throw goes over to first, Bidwell back safely. Man, 6 feet 8 inches tall. I mean, he towers over everyone when they had their little meeting before this inning commenced. What's he doing playing baseball? The 0-1. Outside, it gets past the catcher Williams. Bidwell moves over to second base. Brett Williams, one of the best defensive catchers in the West Coast League. Ball rarely gets past him. That one, a curveball that crossed him up. And just like that, an error and a passed ball later, and the Sweets, with nobody gone, has a runner in scoring position. Dendecker's pitch on the way, shows bunt, can't get it down. The throw goes back over to second. Bidwell goes back safely. That ball glanced off the bat of Sanders and went back into Williams' glove. That was impressive. He was then able to throw it over to second base because of that play. Lights turn on here at Borleske. Sky starting to show signs of darkening for the first time. The pitch misses away. Make it 2 balls and 2 strikes to Sanders. 0 for 1 on the day, a fly out to center field. The Sweets really haven't had much of anything going offensively. Just 1 base hit on the day, a home run from Dom Cadiz over left field. Bidwell at second, the 2-2. Popped up behind the plate, goes into foul territory, out of play. And we'll do it again, 2 balls and 2 strikes. A furry friend had a chance at that baseball here on Walk Your Dog Wednesday. Didn't end up making the play. Now I know if I brought my dog, her name is Sadie, English Lab. She's white as freshly fallen snow. Super fond of baseball, so I'll tell you what, the 2-2, curveball misses high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I don't think she'd be able to contain herself to go onto the field. Now, obviously, there's netting that spans across pretty much the entire infield stretching out into shallow right and left. But still, she'd find a way to go chase that baseball. Nobody out. Bidwell at second base. The 3-2 to Sanders. Check swing, did he go? He did not. Ball 4, Sanders works a walk, and there's 2 on for Cole Rogers. Rogers, the right-handed bat, 0 for 1. He grounded out to second his last time up. Rogers has been swinging a nice bat as of late, hitting .254 on the season, 63 at-bats. Pretty sizable margin. He shows bunt right away. Corners crash. Ball misses low and away. Williams gets the ball quickly, and Bidwell stays at second. Now that's an in-between type of play. That baseball skipped about 8 feet to the right of Williams. Like I said, one of the better defensive catchers in the league. Bidwell knows that, not known for his speed over at second base and opts to stay put. Rogers shows bunt again, the 1-0. He gets it down, right back over to Dendecker. It's a good one. Scooped up by Lewis, goes to first base, gets the out, but everyone moves up 90 feet. Cole Rogers gets the job done, and it leads up to Trevor T. With 2 on and 1 out. Flew out to right field not once, but twice, back in the first and the 3rd inning. Still searching for his first hit. Bidwell at third base. He reached on an error in the infield. Sanders drew a walk. He's now at second. The pitch to T. It hits him. Can't control the curveball, and the bases are loaded for the new kid, Gunnar Guile. And that sparks a conversation from Max, manager of the Pickles. He slowly meanders out to the bump. He's gonna have a conversation, and that will be that. Wow. Dendecker's leash, mighty short. Gets just 1 out, doesn't even give up a run. But 3 runners reach base, and that's enough for him to say, I've seen enough, and we'll get a switch. We'll take a quick break here on the Walla Walla Sweets Digital Network. Sweets trail the Pickles 2-1 in a prime opportunity on the Walla Walla Sweets Digital Network.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Play.
welcome back into Borleske Stadium. The bases are loaded, just one out here in the top of the fifth. Bottom of the fifth, rather. Sweets trail 2-1. Gunnar Guile, the lefty bat, faces the righty's deal, misses away, ball one. Carter Spites enters the game for the Pickles, a 6'3" incoming sophomore out of California Davis University. The righty arm, in just one appearance, 3.1 innings pitched for the Pickles, has not given up a run. Bases loaded, the 1-0, foul tip into Williams' glove. Count evens up, a ball and a strike. With a runner on third base, Giles got to at least put the ball into play. 0 for 2 on the day. Spites comes set, the 1-1. Line drive, left field, Towrick ranges, he makes the play, tagging from third Bidwell. The throw comes home, it's offline, and Bidwell reaches without a slide. Gunnar Guile gets the job done with a sacrifice to left. Everyone else stays at first and second. And the scoreline is all knotted up at 2 apiece here in the bottom of the fifth inning between the Sweets and the Pickles.
Up third baseman number 23, John Cody.
Brings up Dom Cadiz. Homered his last time up, nobody swinging a hotter bat. Second in the West Coast League coming into today's ball game with a .433 batting average. 5 homers on the year. The first offering just gets a piece of it as it goes down the third base line, foul. 0-1. The 18-year-old UCLA commit hasn't played a lick of college baseball, but that has not mattered for the young gun as of yet. With 2 on, a chance to blow the scoreboard wide open, knotted up at 2. The 0-1, high fly ball, left field. This does not have enough. Got under it as Tara camps and makes the play. Well, that will be that. Cadiz gets just under the baseball. I tell you what, a few degrees higher on that cowhide, and that would have been tanked to left. Instead, the Pickles able to work out of a jam. Sweets leave 2 on, no base hits, 1 error from the Pickles, and the Sweets tie up Portland at 2 apiece. We move to the top of the 6th inning on the Walla Walla Sweets Digital Network.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla Orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Colby Solomon trots back out for the Sweets as Walla Walla is all tied up with Portland, 2 apiece. As we reach the top of the 6th inning, a sacrifice fly from Gunnar Guile scores Bidwell from third to tie up the scoreline. Another close one here at Borleske. Sweets have already had 3 walk-offs this year, no stranger to close games. The first pitch misses outside, 1-0 to Bryson Glasgow. 0 for 1 on the day. He walked his last time up in the 4th. Solomon's 1-0. Misses down and away. Make it 2 balls and no strikes. Glasgow takes a few practice swings and steps in. The 9-hole hitter looking for his first hit. The 2-0. Laced out towards left field, right at T. Ranges back, hits the play high above his head for out number 1. That's That ball was hit on a line. Glasgow does not get rewarded for it. And the lineup turns around. P.D. Soto Jr.
No shortstop number 4. P.D. Soto Jr.
Soto Jr. still without an at-bat so far. He is 0 for 0 with 2 walks and a sacrifice bunt. The pitch. Check swing, did he go? It does not matter. Off-speed, outer black. 0-1. Sweets knotted up with the Pickles at 2 apiece, trying to win the series. The pitch. Curveball misses outside. Now Solomon credits his curveball, saying he was throwing it since he was 10 years old, and he's really known for that. As the 1-1 misses outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. He previously played 2 seasons at Gonzaga before transferring over to Lewis Clark State College. He's the Sweet veteran. No one's played more than 2 years with the Sweets, as the 2-1 curveball misses up and in. 3 balls and 1 strike to Soto Jr. Solomon is in his 4th season with Walla Walla. That's just about as many as you can get. The pitch. Chopped over towards third. Cadiz glove, sets his feet, toss over to first base. Tanner Kern squeezes the glove for out number 2.
Got 2.
Taylor made, and it brings up Kyle McDaniel with no one on, and you always like to see that. McDaniel 2 for 3 on the day, top 5 in the West Coast League in batting average, well above 400 on the year. The pitch hits the baseman of the zone, 0-1. McDaniel stands at just 5'10", and he really lowers his body of frame and shortens that strike zone even more. Super crunched at the plate. The 0-1 misses inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. He has this staggered batting stance. Probably stands at just 5 feet tall when all is said and done. And he's down in his batting stance. The bat, instead of being behind his shoulder, it's out in front of his chest. The pitch. Curveball misses inside. 2 balls and 1 strike from Solomon. With 2 outs, trying to go 3 up, 3 down for the first time tonight. The pitch. Just a little inside. Fans wanted that one. It's always funny to me, the longer you go into baseball games, the more fans are willing to express their opinion. Let's say that. As the 3-1 pitch, curveball hits the inner black. Count moves full. And there's a few factors to that. Maybe, you know, the repetition of what they think's a missed call, kind of going over and over again. Also, I'm sure the beverages they consume helps. The payoff pitch, chop, first base side foul. McDaniel just makes it look so easy. Never is trying to hit a homer, just kind of puts the ball into play and lets the rest take care of itself. The payoff pitch. Downstairs. Ball 4, and it brings up Schleichart with a runner on.
Nice pitch, Rio! Can't win them all.
Schleichart still searching for his first hit of the game. 0 for 3. Struck out twice against Nakoa Moses Gamera. Has a hit in every ball game since June 12th. That was back against the Sweets. The first offering misses in the dirt, 1-0. He went 0 for 4 on that night. Since then, he's averaging 2 base hits a game. He has homered in every single game since the last time the Sweets played him, except for 1, back on June 18th against the Pippins, the 1-0. Curveball misses up and in. 2 balls and no strikes, 2 outs. McDaniel at first base. And Bidwell trots out, wants to talk it up with Solomon. Just make sure they're on the same page. Now, a walk to Schleichart, not ideal. You move a speedy McDaniel with 2 outs over to second base. But what's even worse is throwing a fastball over the middle that Schleichart just gets a hold of it. And all of a sudden, this ball game is flipped on his head. Sweets tied up with the Pickles at 2 apiece. Bidwell's conversation is over as he walks back behind the plate.
Here we go.
Solomon palms his ball in his right hand. And now looks and gets the sign. A peek at first base, and he comes set. 2 outs. 2 balls, no strikes, the pitch. Down and away. Throwing the soft stuff to Schleichgart, and you can't blame him. 12 home runs on the season. 3 against the Sweets in 4 games. Had one yesterday. The 3-0. Laced left field line, well foul. It bangs off the top of the batting cage over there. 3 balls and 1 strike. There's a nice indoor batting cage facility here in Borleske Stadium, as well as a new clubhouse. Whitman College doubles this season, or doubles this field rather, in the spring. 2 gone. Hitters count here to Schleichgart, the 3-1. Curveball roped, foul just to the left of the chalk. We start to think Schleichgart is getting accustomed to that curveball. Solomon's thrown that 3 or 4 separate times here to Schleichgart. Count evens up. 3 balls and 2 strikes. McDaniels, a lead at first base. Tarek on deck. Solomon comes set. A big spot. The payoff pitch. Runner goes. Misses low. Ball 4. A couple of close pitches. Does not get the benefit of the doubt. And it's back-to-back walks. And all of a sudden, the Pickles are threatening with 2 on. Now, at least this comes with 2 outs. As Glasgow lines out to left, Soto Jr. grounds out to third, and it was an easy start to the inning. Sweets still without a 1-2-3 defensive frame. The first pitch to Tarek. Right down Main Street, 0-1. Tarek doubled back in the 3rd inning, 1 for 3 on the day. Hitting .389 on the season, and right around 20 at-bats. The pitch. A high fly ball out towards left field. T at the track. Makes the play for out number 3. That ball went to the moon and back, but the scoreline does not change. On 2 walks, no hits, no errors. Pickles leave 2 on. And we enter the bottom of the 6th inning, all tied up at 2 apiece. Sweets trying to get on the board and take the lead for the first time tonight, and you can only find that out if you watch us on the Walla Walla Sweets Digital Network.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
We roll right along to the bottom of the 6th inning. Sweets tied up with the Pickles at 2 apiece here at Borleske Stadium. Thanks so much for spending your evening with me. I'm Drew Albaugh on the mic. Tanner Kern steps in, the lefty bat. Steps in for his 3rd at-bat. 0 for 1 with a walk back in the 2nd. The first offering hits the inner black 0-1. Now Tanner Kern flew out to right field his last time up. He just missed it. Forced Schleichgart, the right fielder, all the way back to the track. Behind 0-1, the pitch. Laced right back up the middle. This falls down in front of Otis. Gloves and fires in. And it's Tanner Kern with a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Brings up Landon Young. Young 0 for 2 on the day. He has reached base both times though. Back on a fielder's choice in the 2nd. An E6 in the 4th frame. Comes set and the first offering, a big swing and a miss. Young steps back in, wiggles his all-gray bat behind his right shoulder. Faces the 0-1. Well outside, he gets past Williams. He comes up with the baseball, and Tanner Kern speeds into second base without a throw. A start that resembles the bottom of the 5th inning. Zane Bidwell reached on an error to short and then reached second base on a passed ball. The 1-1. Chopped over towards third base. It gets past Lewis, and it's ruled a foul ball. Oh my goodness, that was a close call. It bounced in fair territory, right in front of Lewis. Third base coach Leo Rivera is arguing that it clipped off the glove of Jared Lewis and then went foul because of that. The ball did seem to jut to the left just slightly because of it. Now, of course, if it hits the leather in the infield and then goes foul, now that's a fair ball. It's not ruled that, though, and Young's behind a ball and 2 strikes. The righties deal on 1-2. Another chopper third base side. This one is definitely foul. We'll do it again. Landon Young hitting north of 300 on the year. Second on the team. Trying to get it done here in a big spot. Kern at second. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Fastball off the plate. Young tries to hold up. He cannot, and it brings up Nate Stuyvesant. Speaking of strikeouts, Stuyvesant has gone down swinging not once, but twice. Had just 3 strikeouts all year prior to this game and 14 ABs. The first pitch hits the outer third, 0-1. Sky continues to darken here at Borleske, turning into a darker shade of blue with some gray tint to it. A cloudy day here in Walla Walla as the wind blowing out towards left field. The 0-1 misses outside. Williams has to slide to his right. Keeps it in front of him as it bangs off his red protective wear. Make it a ball and a strike to the Stanford kid, Nate Stuyvesant. Hitting .357 on the year. Trying to get his first hit tonight. The pitch misses low. Once again, Williams wears it on the chest. A nice defensive stop. 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 out, Sweets and Pickles tied up at 2 apiece. Tanner Kern over at second base. And this prompts a meeting on the mound. Walking out and having a chat, Christian Scholl. And we'll see if Spites remains on the hill. Doesn't immediately go to the dugout. There is some pitchers warming up for the Pickles down the right field line. Now you can't pull them right now because it is in the middle of an at-bat. On deck for the Sweets, the bottom third of the lineup. Zane Bidwell on deck. Troy Sanders in the hole. Now Bidwell reached on an error his last time up. An easy little fly ball in the infield. Miscommunication from the Pickles. Something you don't often see. He ended up circling the bases and scoring. Meeting is adjourned as Stuyvesant steps in. The right-handed bat, I'm sure, sees the flag blown out towards left field. Would love to send one into the sky and use that to his advantage. With one out, Kern at second. The 2-1 pitch. Outside. Make it 3 balls and 1 strike. Stuyvesant taps his black barrel against the plate and gets ready for the pitch. On 3-1. Swing and a miss. A fastball low in the zone. Stuyvesant can't catch up to it. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A big spot here. Walla Walla tied with Portland 2 apiece here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 2 teams at the top of the South Division standings. The next offering rings them up on the inside corner. Strike 3. Stuyvesant goes down for the 3rd time, the first time looking. And it brings up Zane Bidwell. Zane Bidwell committed to Lewis Clark State College around a month ago. The right-handed bat in a big spot. The first pitch. Fly ball, shallow right center, and this should do it. Camping under it, McDaniel, he makes the play where the dirt meets the grass. And after a leadoff single for Tanner Kern, he is stranded at second base. Well, at once it looked like a promising start for the Sweets, but Walla Walla cannot capitalize, and we move to the top of the 7th inning. Sweets and Pickles tied up at 2 apiece. No hits, or 1 hit, no runs, no errors. We'll be back right after this on the Walla Walla Sweets Digital Network.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbotsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is proud to be the official hotel of the Walla Walla Suite. Our guests are sure to get a great night's sleep in one of our recently remodeled rooms, and our 24-hour pool and spa are perfect for round-the-clock relaxation. Each night at Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is followed by a complimentary breakfast included with every stay. At Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla, you can catch some Z's while the Sweets catch some W's. Wins, that is.
Into the latter third of the ball game. To the top of the 7th we go. Sweets and Pickles tied up at 2 apiece. A new pitcher out there on the hill for the Sweets, Lucas Dixon, the righty arm out of Columbia University with Walla Walla in 4 2/3, a 1.92 ERA as the first pitch, a fastball that misses upstairs, 1-0. In steps the middle of the lineup, Tony Otis, the 5-hole hitter. 1 for 2 on the day with a walk. The pitch scrapes the outer edge, and Dixon has his first strike of the game. Dixon with 6 strikeouts to just 4 walks. Gave up just 1 earned run on the season. It was way back in June 11th in his first appearance on the mound for the Sweets against Portland. 1-1, the pitch. Fly ball back behind the broadcast booth, directly behind home plate. Hits the roof of the booth. Isabel runs back and can't get the ball. Now Isabel did get one in yesterday's contest. Trying to make it number 2. Maybe you gotta wait one more inning or so. We'll see. The 1-2. Weakly poked, it rides to the top of the netting and eventually dribbles over. A young fan grabs the baseball, and an older fan tried to grab the baseball, and he fell over in an attempt to get the ball. Is he all right over there? He looks fine for the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Lucas Dixon blows the heater by him, and there's one gone here at the top of the 7th. Sweets tied up with the Pickles, 2 apiece. Pretty good start for the Sweets. Still looking for the first 1-2-3 inning of the night. The Pickles have had runners on all game long. Just 2 runs to show for it. The righties deal. Curveball misses away. 1-0. Just 4 hits on the night, but when walks, they have plenty. Make it 6 walks on the day. The 1-0 upstairs. Let's take a trip around the WCL. In the bottom of the 7th inning, the Bend Elks and the Marion Berries in a very tight contest. Tied up at 1 apiece in the bottom of the frame. The next pitch misses in the dirt. 3-0. Now that's of course very important for the Sweets. There's a great chance at the end of the season, fighting for that 3-4 wild card position, that they will be fighting with either Marion, Bend, or both. They currently both sit just under 500 as the next offering clips the outer edge. 3 balls and 1 strike. In the top of the 7th, the Pippins are taking it to the Knights, 5-3. Also in the top of the 7th inning, Riverhawks and Harbor Cats notched up at 2 apiece. Port Angeles lefties on top 6-1s over Cowlitz. The 3-1 pitch. Fly ball, shallow right field. It meanders into foul territory. It's playable though. Kern makes the play, and it's out number 2. Quick 2 gone. It brings up Jared Lewis. In the bottom of the 6th inning, the Raptors doubling up the Drifters 6-3. The Bellingham Bells on top 7-0 over the Apple Sox in the bottom of the 6th frame. The Apple Sox at one point were on top of the North Division standings as the first pitch trails just hits top rail for strike 1. 0-1. In the bottom of the 6th frame, the Kamloops trailing the Kelowna Falcons 4-1. And in a non-WCL matchup, the Nanaimo Night Owls tied up with the Redfin Dudes 1 apiece. Dixon set, kicks and deals, 0-1, turns into a ball and a strike. A fastball misses just a hair inside, maybe a hair downstairs. Couldn't tell from up here. It was real close to the strike zone. I'm sure you heard the feedback from Borleske Ballpark as well. With 2 gone, the 1-1. Curveball drips in for strike 2. Dixon a pitch away from making it a 1-2-3 top of the 7th. The 1-2. Fastball misses upstairs. Two balls and 2 strikes. Portland has not notched a run since the 2nd frame. It was a 1-run top of the 1st and top of the 2nd. 2 outs. Or the 2-2 upstairs. So make it 3 balls and 2 strikes. Lewis breathes deep and steps in. The pitch misses low, ball 4. Brings up Evan McGuire. Well, maybe I jinxed him. Just a hair too early on my 1-2-3 call. So Pickles have another runner on. And there's a pinch hitter. It brings up Luis Castillo with a runner on first. He takes over for Evan McGuire at first. Luis Castillo out of the Dominican Republic, Santo Domenico. The incoming sophomore attends Western Oklahoma State College. Wiggles his bat a few times around. Dixon comes set, and the pitch misses away 1-0. And there's a meeting on the mound between manager Colby Wadlow, the rest of the infield, and Lucas Dixon. Gonna see how they game plan Castillo. Hitting just .227 on the year without a home run, but he's got the pop for sure. 6'5", legs made of tree trunks. A big guy, 230 pounds, and he can hit a baseball a long way. The righty bat with the wind blowing out towards left field. On deck, Bryson Glasgow. Now, he's the 9-hole hitter, but he's definitely not an easy run whatsoever. Glasgow's walked 9 times to just 10 strikeouts. Has a batting average just under 300, hitting .260 on the year. The meeting is all but over, and with a runner on first base and 2 gone, Dixon leans in and gets the sign from Bidwell. Comes set. The pitch misses downstairs. Not where you want to be, behind 2-0. Here to the big bat from the Dominican Republic, Luis Castillo. The pitch. Check swing, did he go? He did not. Close call. Dixon's got to find a strike here. We'll see if Castillo has the green light. Dixon comes set. From the stretch, the pitch. Catches the inner third. A curveball that rides from the hip and motions into the zone. 3 balls in 1 strike, and if the light was yellow, it's now bright green. Reminiscent of the jersey color for the Pickles. The 3-1 pitch. Curveball once again misses just downstairs. Ball 4. A real close couple of calls, and just like that, 2 are on for Bryson Glasgow. Right when you think the Sweets might have an easy inning, think otherwise. A 1-2 start to the inning, since then back-to-back walks. The exact same thing happened in the 6th frame. Dixon leans in with 2 outs, the pitch. Hits the basement of the zone. 0-1 to Glasgow, hitting .260 on the season, 1 homer on the year. Just 8 RBI with a prime opportunity here. Over at second base, Lewis, he'll be off on the crack of a bat. The pitch shows bunt, misses outside.
Pretty good pitch.
I feel like it's always a confidence booster from a pitching perspective. If you see someone try to lay a bunt down with 2 outs, that means I think I have a better chance getting on base with a bunt, the 1-1. Instead, he swings the bat. A high fly ball, right side. Is this playable? Moving under at Kern, and it falls into the left side of the netting. On the way down, it hits the dirt, but Kern can't make the play. I was just a little bit too far into foul territory. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A huge spot here with 2 outs. 2 on, the pitch. Curveball misses low and away. That one was also close. A small yet controlled strike zone. It's been pretty even on both sides. Spun up by home plate umpire Ian Courtney. 2-2. Line drive right field. Slowly looping foul. a few feet to the right. Oh boy, was that close to being a run for the Pickles. A sigh of relief for Dixon and the rest of the Swedes, as well as 1,000+ faithful here in Borleske. Deuces are wild. Score tied up at 2 apiece. 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dixon leans in. The stretch, the pitch, outside ball 3. A walk would plate P.D. Soto Jr. Glasgow with more walks than strikeouts on the season. Can Dixon buck the trend and wiggle out of a jam? Looking for his second K. The 3-2. Downstairs, ball 4. And the bases are loaded for P.D. Soto Jr. Make that 11 free passes issued from Sweets players tonight. 3 in this inning alone. There's been no base hits here in the top of the 7th frame. Very indicative of where this scoreline is at. Portland just 4 hits. St. Bidwell talks it up. Lucas Dixon has been in plenty of big moments over at Columbia University, a D1 establishment. Can he lock in here and weasel out of a jam? Soto Jr.'s walked twice, laid down a sacrifice bunt, and grounded out to third his last time up. With 2 outs, bases loaded, and Dixon steps off. He grits his cleats back into the mound, swivels a few times, the righty's deal, slider misses away. 1-0, and Lucas Dixon's just got to throw a strike at this point. Back-to-back-to-back walks. He's had a couple of batters on 2 strike counts and just hasn't had that put-away pitch yet. With 2 gone, the 1-0. Fly ball, looping behind. St. Bidwell moves under it, and he makes the play for out 3 in foul territory. Like a snake, Lucas Dixon slithers out of it, and the Pickles leave 3 on 3 walks, no hits, no errors. Portland can't play to run. The Swedes tied up with the Pickles at 2 apiece, and we move into the 7th inning stretch. Enjoy Take Me Out to the Baseball, courtesy of the Walla Walla Sweets Digital Network.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
Welcome back to Borleske Stadium as the first pitch to Sanders hits the outer black. 0-1. Slight still out there on the hill for the Pickles. Schleikart takes over at first base. as the 0-1 pitch misses away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Come set. The pitch on the way to Sanders, down in the dirt. Troy 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. Trying to reach for the first time today. Hitting .274 on the season. The pitch. A hard shot, a one-hopper over to short. Soto Jr. gloves, missiles over to first base in time, out 1. Well, that was hit hard, doesn't get the job done, and Cole Rogers steps in, the 9-hole hitter.
Number 1, Cole Rogers.
I think the 9-hole hitter is potentially the most dangerous hitter in the lineup. Now, let me explain my reasoning. If the 9-hole hitter gets on, now all of a sudden you got the top of the lineup to deal with, as the first pitch to Rogers, fouled back 0-1. By the way, Braden Woldridge takes over in right field. So let's say Cole Rogers gets on. Now all of a sudden, you got Trevor T, Gunnar Guile, Dom Cadiz. You got to deal with them all from the stretch. It makes it a lot more difficult to get out of a jam. The 0-1 misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's why kind of, contrary to popular belief, the 9-hole hitter is not your 9th best hitter. As the 1-1 is roped to left field, and that's what I'm talking about. Cole Rogers slaps it into left. It gets down for a single. He runs around first. Let's see if what I just said comes true as Trevor T steps up. Rogers a base knock, and Trevor T steps in. 0 for 2 with a walk back in the 5th frame.
Keep it going.
Trevor T hitting exactly 300 on the season. Rogers takes a lead at first. He can steal a bag. Second on the team in steals. The first pitch, lays down a bunt, a pop-up right back to the pitcher, throws back to first base, and Rogers dives back safely as Schleichart drops the ball, and they're going to rule that a double play. Rogers dove back to first, and Purchase ruled that Schleichart caught it and doubled up Cole Rogers. He threw the ball over to first. Schleichart dropped the baseball, and there was nothing to say that there was in the transfer or anything like that. There was no other play. And manager Colby Waterloo runs out and argues the call. This is very interesting. We're going to stay right here for a little bit because Cole Rogers isn't leaving first, nor is first base coach Elijah Maris. T, a bunt attempt that gets back to the pitcher. A strike over to first. Now, I thought Rogers beat it out either way, but let's say he didn't. If he didn't, Schleichart dropped the ball either way. Manager Colby Waterloo is clearly heated. He's not stepping over that line.
Terrible call.
He's not going to get tossed or anything, but continues to point his fingers. Talk on his way back. That is a tough call. Rogers gets doubled up at first, despite Schleichart dropping the ball. Holy smokes, that's a big call. With the heart of the lineup coming up, there would have been just the 2 outs and a runner on first. Instead, a double play, and just like that, the side is retired. Wow. Goodness gracious, I can't explain that one. And I don't need to, I'm just the broadcaster, so we'll move to the top of the 8th. Still tied up at 2 apiece. 1 hit, nobody left on, no errors on the Walla Walla Suites Digital Network.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Well, the baseball game moves on either way. We reached the top of the 8th inning. Sweets knotted up with the Pickles at 2 apiece. Kyle McDaniel steps in, and a new pitcher out there on the hill for the Sweets as Torres comes set. The first pitch on the way misses outside, ball 1. Torres out of Sacramento State University. The pitch, a high fly ball left field, ranging over T on the run, and makes the running play as he bangs into the wall and opens the gate in left field. Like a gazelle, he looked so clean out there and reached over his head to make the play. 1 gone. How about that for an out? Goodness gracious, what a play from the traditional infielder. That's where he's most comfortable, out there on left, and he was on his horse. Brings up Josh Leichhardt with 1 gone. The pitch hits the inner third, 0-1. Torres, a 3.6 ERA in 5 innings pitched on the year for the Sweets. In a tight contest, a high leverage position tied up at 2 apiece. The 0-1 to Schleichhardt, waved and missed, 0-2. Torres takes a deep breath, trying to keep Schleichhardt hitless tonight with 1 gone. The 0-2 pitch. Waved, did he go? He did go around, strike round, strike 3. Torres slays the dragon with a sword, and there's 2 gone. On 3 pitches, make that strikeout number 3 to Schleichhardt, and he's still without a base hit. Brings up Aiden Tarek, the 4-hole hitter. A hard out indeed. Already has a double in tonight's contest. 1 for 4, the pitch. This is just a whisker outside, 1-0. Torek hitting just a hair under 400 and 19 ABs. The 1-0 pitch. Poked behind the plate into foul territory and over the netting. A ball and a strike. The clouds have mostly parted here in Walla Walla, but so has the sun, completely set behind the bleachers that run down the right field line. In the distance above center field, some pink clouds in the horizon as the wind continuously blows to left. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The slider catches Tarek chasing off the plate. Tony Otis on deck. Torres, 1 pitch away. Here in the top of the 8th, Sweets tied up at 2 apiece. Nobody on. 2 outs, the 1-2. A slow roller over towards second. Stuyvesant fields, tosses to first in time. And finally, I can say it, for the first time tonight, a 1, 2, 3. Top of the 8th inning. We move into the bottom of the 8th. Tied up at 2 apiece. Sweets trying to take their first lead of the night. And you can find that out if you stay tuned on the Walla Walla Suite Digital Network.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at UnderwriterHondaofWallaWalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Welcome back. In a beautiful night for baseball, tied up at 2 apiece. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, pink skies here in Walla Walla, and a golden opportunity for the Sweets. Trying to take their first lead of the night, and the heart of the lineup coming to the plate. Gunnar Guile, the 2-hole hitter, followed by Dom Cadiz and Tanner Kern. As the American flag continuously blows out towards left. What a pretty night for baseball. Even more of a pretty night to get a win. A victory makes it 3 straight for the Sweets, and more importantly, gets the series win over the Pickles. Tied up at 2 apiece. Bottom 8, the first pitch on the way, misses up and inside. 1-0. A new pitcher out there on the hill, Cooper Corcoran, the lefty arm, out of Galveston College. The 1-0, outside. Make it 2 balls and no strikes. It's thrown 10 in a third innings, a 3.48 ERA, 11 strikeouts, just 1 walk on the year. The 2-0, well away. Make it 3 balls and no strikes. Pitched against Walla Walla back on June 11th, went 2 innings, did not give up a run. In the winds, the 3-0, right down Main Street. 3 balls and a strike. Once again, Corcoran only 1 walk issued on the year. Guile trying to make that number 2. The 3-1 hits the lower outside corner. A borderline call. It goes the way of Corcoran. So it's a full count. Make it 3 balls and 2 strikes. In the winds, the payoff pitch. A fly ball left field into the stands, and we'll do it again. That ball missed way up high. Guile does a good job just to get the barrel to the ball. So we'll do it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Got him looking. It scrapes the outer black. Guile not pleased, and it's a backwards K. He goes down for the first time via the strikeout. Brings up Dom Cadiz. The strikeout. Good ovation from the crowd. The Sweets know how much this kid can do. 1 for 3 on the day with a home run. The pitch, outside 1-0. Cadiz has 5 homers on the season. Wind blowing out towards left. The 1-0, hits him. A fastball runs well inside. Cadiz wears it like a tattoo and takes it like a champ. And there's a runner on first base. It brings up Tanner Kern, the lefty bat. Historically better against right-handed pitchers rather. Corcoran a lefty on the mound, but Tanner Kern just looking for a base hit either way. Has already 1 on the day. The pitch, outside third, strike 1. He walked back in the 2nd, singled in the 6th inning. It's been a productive outing for Kern. When he gets hot, he is red hot. The 0-1. Inside, outside fly ball, left side, moving under it. Lewis, he ranges, makes the backhanded play as he bangs up against the chain link fence for out number 1. All right, number 2 rather, and Cadiz strolls over to 2nd. Some heads up base running by Cadiz. Shout out to first base coach Elijah Maris. And all of a sudden, a base hit with 2 outs most likely scores Dom Kiddies at second base.
Good call, Blue!
Landon Young, the right-handed bat, steps in. 0 for 3 on the day. A strikeout in the 6th frame. Reached on an error on the 4th. With 2 outs. Tied up at 2 apiece. Set. Kicks and deals. Hits the upper outside corner, 0-1. One of the best opportunities the Sweets are going to get. Kiddies, a good runner at second base, off on the crack of a bat. With 2 gone, the 0-1. A hard grounder over towards third. Lewis ranges, sets his feet, tosses to first base. Schleichart picks it off the ground, and it's out 3. Kiddies reaches on a hit by pitch, and the Sweets leave 1 on. No errors, no hits, and most importantly, no runs. And we reach the top of the 9th inning, still tied up at 2 apiece. This is where you want to be. A tight one between 2 of the best teams in the West Coast League. Find out the thrilling conclusion only on the Walla Walla Sweets Digital Network.
Whatever your printing needs.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at underwriterhondaofwallawalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
Welcome back to Borleske Stadium to the top of the 9th. We're still tied up at 2 apiece. The Pickles have not plated a run since the 2nd inning. Portland trying to do that here against Dylan Torres, still out there on the mound. The hard-throwing righty out of Sacramento State. And in steps the 5-hole hitter, Tony Otis. 1 for 3 on the day. He's reached twice with a walk back in the 5th. Otis swings his bat a few times around and steps in. A .286 batting average on the season. The first pitch, a hard fly ball out towards center, ranging back. Rogers camps and makes the play in the alleyway for out number 1. 1 pitch and 1 hard, loud out. And up steps Brett Williams. Now there's no easy part in a Pickles lineup. Now that's for sure. The whole thing is a pickle. Come on, you can take a few of my jokes once in a while. But of course, the bottom third definitely a little bit easier than the top third. The pitch on the way hits the basement of the zone on the inner third, 0-1 to Brett Williams. 0 for 4 on the day, reached on the only error from the Sweets this whole game back in the 3rd. Hitting a .143 on the year. The next pitch, an inside-outside floater, right side. It goes over the netting and clangs off the bleachers. A few kids run for the baseball and give it to the man in the white shirt. That might be number 2 for that kid. I think I've seen that a couple times. A good night on the ballpark here on a beautiful Wednesday night for baseball. Lights shining bright, a dark blue sky above the diamond. The 0-2. Slider misses away. Make it a ball and 2 strikes to Brett Williams. The right-handed hitter waves his oak bat a few times around and places it on his right shoulder. Now gets ready. Torres, set, in the motion, the pitch. A squibber out towards center field. Rogers moves under it, makes the play at the chest as he sprints forward for out number 2. Did not get barrel. Rogers had to come in on a line. Boy, is he a speedy, sure-handed center fielder out there for the Sweets. And it brings up Jared Lewis. With 2 gone, Sweets trying to walk it off in the home half of the 9th inning. Tied up at 2 apiece. The righties deal. Misses in the dirt. 1-0. Lewis 0 for 2. He's walked his last 2 times up. Hitting a ridiculous 400 on the season. In less than 10 ABs, albeit. Behind 1-0, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And you can feel the intensity slowly start to rise. It's palpable in the air. Everyone has stayed for this ball game here at Borleske. The 1-1. Blew it by him, strike 2. A big swing and nothing but air. And Torres is 1 pitch away from his 2nd straight 1-2-3 inning. Could hand it over to the Sweets. Torres, set. 2 outs, no one on. The 1-2. Got him swinging! Strike 3! Dylan Torres puts his hands in the air, sticks his tongue out. Another 1-2-3 frame. How about it? We move to the bottom of the 9th inning. Stuyvesant, Bidwell, Sanders, a chance to walk it off. No hits, no errors, no runs. Bottom 9. If you go anywhere, you're crazy. We'll be back right after this on the Walla Walla Sweets Digital Network.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
This is what you live for. The bottom of the 9th inning, tied up at 2-2. And there's a pinch hitter. In steps Billy Scaldaferri. Zane Bidwell is behind the plate, so we'll have to see what the Sweets do defensively if they can't get it done in the home half. Corcoran in the winds, and the lefties deal. Misses downstairs to Scaldaferri. 1-0. Steps back in. Kicks and deals. Upstairs, Scaldaferri ahead 2-0. Hitting .208 on the season. Already has 1 walk-off, a double into the gap a couple weeks ago. The pitch, a big swing, and a foul tip for strike 1. Scaldaferri, a couple of bombs on the year as well. The wind is blowing out towards left as the lefty-righty matchup. Nobody out, nobody on. The 2-1 misses inside. 3 balls and 1 strike. What a big spot this is. A leadoff walk would be huge for the Sweets. Tied up in the bottom of the 9th. The pitch, fouled back. That was served on a platter right down the middle. Scaldaferri couldn't get to it. The Pickles have not scored a run since the 2nd inning. A 1-run top of the 1st, a 1-run bottom of the 2nd. The payoff pitch, chop, third base side, foul. Scaldaferri stays alive. Behind 2-0, the Sweets respond. In the 4th inning, 1 run in the bottom of the frame, and then Zane Bidwell in the bottom of the 5th reaches on an error, an oh-so-important error. He goes around to score, and we're knotted up at 2 apiece. The 3-2 once again. Inside ball 4. Scaldaferri does his job and reaches first base. And in steps another pinch hitter. Manager Colby Wadlow was having a field day with his bench. In steps Jacob Talbot, the 2-way player out of Biola University. Talbot hit in .389 on the year in 18 at-bats, swinging a red-hot bat. Puts it behind his right shoulder. Scaldaferri at first. The lefty's deal, shows bunt, he gets it down third base side, charging, Lewis, third to first, in plenty of time for out 1, but Scaldaferri moves on over to second base. It brings up Troy Sanders. Sanders steps in, 0 for 3 on the day. Does have a walk, looking for a hit though. The pitch, popped up behind the netting, foul. With 1 out, Scaldaferri out second. Bottom of the 9th, tied up at 2 apiece. Corcoran, set. The pitch. Fastball misses outside. Count evens up, a ball and a strike. The Sweets on the precipice of yet another home series win. It would be number 5 on the season. They would stay undefeated. Pickles trying to even up the series. The 1-1. Poked right side, immediately gets over the netting. And Sanders behind, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cole Rogers on deck for the Sweets, just 1 out. Scaldaferri, a speedy runner at second base. Steps in. With 1 gone, tie game, the 1-2. A weakly hit grounder over to third, coming up with it Lewis. The toss across, it eats up Schleichert at first. Can't make the pick, and reaching first on an E5, Troy Sanders. Once again, it's a stroke of luck for the Sweets, or rather, a mistake by the Pickles. Walla Walla trying to take advantage. 3 errors already for the Pickles, now make it 4. And there's a meeting out on the mound. Corcoran, the lefty arm, still out there on the hill. No stranger to big moments is Corcoran. A 3.48 ERA. In just over 10 innings pitched. Gave up 3 runs in his last outing against Yakima Valley. But June 11th prior, did not give up 1 run. Trevor T on deck. One of the most clutch hitters on the team, has shown it time and time again. Hitting north of 300, but this is Cole Rogers' moment. Out of New Mexico State University, the righty bat swings his all-black barrel around a few times. Like Ichiro Suzuki, swings it around and comes set. 2 on, 1 out, the pitch, misses in the dirt, a nice stop by Brett Williams. With 1 gone. Tension continues to rise here at Borleske. The 1-0. Misses away, 2 balls and no strikes.
They could be there.
Scaldaferri at second. Over at first base, Sanders. The pitch misses outside. 3 balls, no strikes. A walk puts the pillows packed for Trevor T. 1 out. Sweets looking for their 4th walk-off of the season. The 3-0 right down the pipe, strike 1. Wind blowing out towards left. The sky continues to darken. The Sweets put a run up in the 3rd and the 4th inning. The Pickles have not scored since the 2nd frame. We're all knotted up at 2 apiece. The pitch. Line drive center field right at Tony Otis. He ranges and makes the play high above his head for out 2. That was hit on a line. Oh my goodness, if Rogers put that in the gap, this game was all but over. Brings up Trevor T with 2 on, 2 outs. We're tied up at 2 apiece. A huge spot. The Sweets trying to avoid going into extra innings. Scaldaferri, the winning run at second. Corcoran leans in, gets the sign and comes set. The lefties deal. Inside it, almost gets past Williams. He barely keeps it in front of him as it bangs off his left shin pad. 1-0. 2 outs. Tied up at 2 apiece. 2 on. The 1-0 pitch. Hard chopper right back up the middle. It bangs off the leg of Soto Jr. The ball goes into center field. Rounding third, Scaldaferri. He gets home! A walk-off! Trevor T tees it up the middle, and an error scores a run, and the Sweets run to right center. The 4th walk-off of the season, and Walla Walla takes the series from Portland. Your final score, Sweets 3, Pickles 2. How sweet it is! It just continues. 4 walk-offs on the season. All at home. How about it? Trevor T puts the ball in play. Petey Soto Jr. can't come up with it. You put the ball in play, good things happen, and the Sweets have now won their 3rd game over the Pickles this season. That's as many over Portland in the 4 years previous. My goodness, this team is special. Walla Walla on the precipice of a sweep over Portland. I don't know how many times you can say that. Wow. A bottom of the 9th thriller with 2 gone. T puts the ball in a tough spot for Soto Jr. He ranges glove side and just can't come up with it. A win is a win is a win. You'll take it any way you can get it. Well, that's 2 wins. Chance to make it 3 tomorrow, 6:35. First pitch once again on a Thursday night, Thirsty Thursdays. Come out to the ballpark. Cheap beer on Borleske. Don't even worry about it. Don't need to give a tip or anything. Just come out to the ballpark, support the boys. No better time to do it. Sweets looking for a sweep over the Pickles. If you can't make it out to the ballpark, feel free to tune right back in here on the Walla Walla Sweets YouTube channel. We'll be live right around 6:15 p.m. for Countdown with Colby and our Players Roundup. If you missed the pregame show, feel free to check it out under the videos tab on the YouTube description. We have everything posted there. Pretty thumbnails indicate it to which video is which. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below before you leave. But for one last time here tonight, this is Drew Albaugh on the mic saying so long and good night from Walla Walla, Washington. The Sweets beat the Pickles on a 3-2 walk-off winner.